former governor of Anambra State and the presidential candidate of Labour Party in the last concluded Nigeria general elections, Peter Obi has met with the detained minor, Quadri Yusuf Alabi, an underage child who spent months in prison after some men of the Nigeria police force allegedly conspired together with some members of the Amukoko community in Lagos State, and fabricated armed robbery allegations against the said 17-year-old little boy who came into fame at the wee hours to the 2023 presidential elections, when he stood boldly with his two hands widely opened in front of the convoy of the then Labour Party presidential candidate, Peter Obi. This, Alabi, who was discharged and freed by a Lagos Magistrate Court on April 17, 2025, had spent nearly 3 months at the Medium Security Custodial Centre in Kirikiri after being falsely accused of armed robbery, a charge which the Lagos State Director of Public Prosecutions later found to be baseless. Peter Obi, in a statement on Friday after meeting the little boy, said, "Today, I had the opportunity to meet with Quadri Yusuf Alabi, the young boy whose story moved us all. After enduring unjust and illegal incarceration, he is finally free, and I am very grateful to the lawyers led by Anambra Effiong, who fought for his release, and also Dele Faratimi and Ms. Hassana Nuruddin, whose constant intervention was instrumental in securing justice for the young lad. I listened to Quadri today, and one thing stood out clearly: his unwavering desire for education. Despite all he has been through, his only dream is to return to school and complete his education, and I will make sure he gets it. His determination is not just inspiring, it is a call to action, and I am committed to ensuring that he gets the education he desires and deserves. In addition, we must not stop at his release. Those responsible for his illegal incarceration must be held accountable. As we strive to build a Nigeria where fairness and integrity prevail, we cannot afford to allow such acts of criminality to go unpunished. I once again thank the lawyers and everyone who stood and remained unrelenting for justice. Together, we will build a Nigeria where education, freedom, rule of law, equity and justice, care and protection of the less privileged in our midst will stand as the foundation of our democracy." Meanwhile, the human rights lawyer, Anambra Effiong, who stood in defense of the little boy's release on Thursday, has demanded the sum of 100 million nairas and public apology from the Nigeria police force as compensation for unlawful detention and false accusation. In a statement after the court set Quadri Yusuf Alabi free, Anambra Effiong stated that, "We are excited to announce that Quadri Yusuf Alabi, the 17-year-old teenager who gained fame during the 2023 elections after he spontaneously jumped and stood in front of the convoy of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, has been freed by the court today, the 17th of April 2025. Our client, Quadri, was abducted by 2 area boys, who are notoriously known in the community as Lige and Baba Waris, close to his family residence at Amukoko, Ajeromi Ifalodan local government area, and dumped at the Amukoko Divisional Police Headquarters, Paco Police Station, in Lagos State. Quadri was returning from work when he was grabbed by the duo, who, along with other jealous and entitled area boys in the community, have been harassing him and threatening to deal with him since 2023 for not giving them their share of donations gifted him during the last elections period. Quadri's family informed us that the ballet of the community equally pressured him to buy a cow and rice and cook for the community to appease the area boys. The abductors initially told the officers at Amukoko police station that our client was involved in street fighting. To the consternation of Quadri and his family, the police on the 26th of January 2025 took Quadri before a magistrate in Apapa, and obtained an order remanding him at the Medium Security Custodial Centre, Kirikiri, on a trumped-up charge of armed robbery. The police fraudulently joined Quadri with 4 strange adults who had no form of connection or relationship whatsoever with him, and claimed that the 4 strange men were his casemates. As part of the diabolical frame-up of our client, the officers at Amukoko police station also misrepresented his age to be 18, knowing that disclosing his actual age would likely raise eyebrows. When we were briefed by Quadri's mother a week ago, after the matter was brought to public attention by Ms. Hassana Nuruddin, the co-founder of Ray of Hope Prison Outreach, we swiftly escalated the case and took necessary steps towards securing his freedom. At the court today, the presiding magistrate, His Honor, A.O. Ola and Femi, Mrs., confirmed that the legal advice issued by the Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP, of the Ministry of Justice, Lagos State, Dr. Babajide Martins showed that there was no evidence to substantiate the allegation of armed robbery against Quadri. In his legal advice, the DPP recommended the non-prosecution of Quadri. Thus, the presiding magistrate discharged him and he was accordingly freed. We commend the DPP for standing by the truth in this matter. We demand that the Commissioner of Police, Lagos State Command, and the Inspector General of Police, should as a matter of urgency, remove the DPO of Amukoko Divisional Headquarters and subject him to orderly room trial along with the IPO, one Inspector Odigbe Samuel, and other officers who participated in this evil, sinister, oppressive, and corrupt scheme of framing up a teenager for armed robbery at the behest of rogue, area boys. We demand that the Nigeria police force should pay the sum of 100 million naira, 100 million nairas .00, to our client as compensation. We also demand a public apology from the police. If the above three remedial demands are not fully complied with immediately, we shall initiate legal actions to seek redress. Quadri's case is a painful example of the putrefying corruption, monstrous impunity, and pervasive injustice in the Nigeria police force. There are many Quadris languishing in detention centers across Nigeria because of the unbridled criminality, lawlessness, and lack of accountability in the police institution and the weakness of the justice system. History will vindicate the just, the legal practitioner, Anibahe Effiong said. In the latest press release, the lawyer, Anibahe Effiong, appealed to the general publics to raise funds for the little boy and his family to relocate from the Amukoko community over what the human rights lawyer described as threat to life. Anibahe Effiong said, "Following my discussion with the family of Quadri Alabi and at their request, I hereby appeal to all conscientious organizations, individuals, and corporate entities to offer immediate financial assistance to Quadri to enable him and his family relocate from the present community and home. Amukoko is no longer safe for them. Those behind his travails can easily target him or his family members again. This appeal has become imperative due to active threats to Quadri and his family. As of this morning, they still received threats. Upon the release of Quadri at the court, it became apparent that it is no longer safe for them to return to their home. Due to the urgency and severity of the situation, we have paid for and lodged them in a hotel for tonight. In addition to the necessity of relocation, Quadri's mother, who is a petty trader, has also pleaded with Nigerians to assist her financially to enable her cater for herself and her children. Her husband, Quadri's father, is deceased. Finally, we need to rehabilitate Quadri for him to be useful to himself and the society. He has expressed a desire to go to school. He is also open to acquiring a skill. If you are minded to assist, kindly send your support to the account details below. Account number 0092695127, Bank, Sterling Bank, account name, Quadri Yusuf Alabi. We will do our best this time to ensure that whatever is donated to Quadri is properly utilized and not misappropriated. In a follow-up post, the lawyer wrote on his social media handles that, "We have raised 3 million nairas within 2 hours of announcing the fundraising for Quadri Alabi. We are still far from the target, but the amount raised so far demonstrates that there are good and spirited people in Nigeria. Please keep donating."
Osazuwa Connedio, bringing you the news in a more digital way.